A lot of people don't realise what is actually going on and how their behaviour is impacting on the vet staff. So it's trying to make them aware and saying, hey, next time you're in there and you're ready to yell at them because, their costs are expensive, maybe spare a thought for what they've just dealt with already, their clients prior to you coming in. They might have just had to euthanize 5 pets. And that's obviously distressing, and it's really trying to just raise that awareness so that people can start thinking about their own behaviour and taking a moment to say thank you.
And that was Dr. Nadine Hamilton, who we'll hear from in a moment, talking about her new project called Love Your Pet, Love Your Vet. G'day, I'm Brian Pickering, and this is Vet Talk Online. Now, recently I reposted a story on LinkedIn from the UK about vets and nurses being abused or threatened, something that sadly happens much more often than we'd like to believe here in Australia. And I asked for and received some great feedback and comments from vets and nurses here in Australia, one of which was Dr. Amanda Lugsden, who's a vet in Wangaratta. In part, she said that, sadly, this is a very, very common problem in Australia, and it certainly contributes to wonderful people leaving the industry over time. Reception and nursing staff are usually the first in line of fire, and then it becomes the responsibility of the vet, practice manager, practice owner to help resolve the issue. So it's obviously an ongoing thing. And there were plenty of other similar comments and plenty of suggestions about how the sector might tackle the issues. And after doing a bit of research, I actually stumbled across a project that'll be creating awareness and possible solutions to help solve the problem of client abuse, as well as providing resources for vets and vet nurses, particularly with regard to compassion fatigue and the horrendous rates of suicide in the sector. And on the line we have Dr. Nadine Hamilton from Positive Psych Solutions, who's a psychologist specialising in veterinarian wellbeing and occupational rehabilitation. Nadine, g'day and welcome to Vet Talk Online. Tell our listeners what your new project is and what it's all about.
It's Love Your Pet, Love Your Vet. And it's sponsored by Royal Canin, and it's going to be a bit of a work in progress because we're going to be building on it as we go.
Yep.
But it is there. It's sort of threefold. Again, one, raising awareness in the community with the community members, because a lot of people don't realise what is actually going on and how their behaviour is impacting on the vet staff. So it's trying to make them aware and saying, hey, next time you're in there and you're ready to yell at them because, their costs are expensive, maybe spare a thought for what they're actually going through, what they've just dealt with already, their clients prior to you coming in. They might have just had to euthanize 5 pets, and that's obviously distressing, and, all these other factors going on. So it's really trying to just raise that awareness so that people can start thinking about their own behaviour and taking a moment to say thank you, which is very simple words, but they can have so much meaning just, to feel that you're appreciated and people acknowledge what you are doing.
Yes, yeah.
So that's one focus. The other focus obviously is about reducing the stigma for the vet staff to sort of get it out there and say, hey, there's no shame in asking for help. People think that it's a sign of weakness because you have to ask someone for help because you're not coping, but in my view, I see it the opposite. I see it as a sense of strength, that they care enough about themselves to do something about it and to take action, to get themselves back to a state of well-being.
Okay, all right. Well, apart from letting pet owners know what vets have to deal with every day, the project is offering basic support options as well to vets?
Or a lot of support depending on what they need, then knowing where to come. And that's sort of where I guess my work with the vets comes in, where I work with them either individually or through the training program that I developed. So that's sort of like it's raising that awareness, but saying, well, here's something you can do about it. And pointing them in the right direction.
Yeah. Brilliant.
If they want to see
brilliant.
Independent people, it's giving them that support and knowing where to turn.
Well, it certainly sounds amazing, Nadine, and it's great that there's someone out there with the passion that you have and I guess the background as well to make this happen. So is there a website or anywhere people can follow up on what we've been talking about?
Yes. Yep, we're on all the social media. There's the website is loveyourpet.com.au.
Yep.
The Facebook and social media are under the same name, Love Your Pet, Love Your Vet. Yep. And there is a private Facebook group for vets or vet nurses. Again, really anyone in the vet industry. That's a Love Your Pet, Love Your Vet closed group as well that people can request support. The idea is just to have that extra layer of support where people can share
Okay, fantastic.
Definitely.
Dr. Nadine Hamilton, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you. Thanks
A
for
lovely
having
chat
me.
and all the best for Love Your Pet, Love Your Vet.
Thank you very much.